wanted to say.
As the dragons spread their wings, the skies are lightened by the possibility of scaly hope.
Okay.
My name is Philip. I'm the Dragon Master. Welcome to Here Be Dragons. Surrounding me are a bunch of people who did not want me to start this. Whether it because they kept on wanting to tell anecdotes, or as I was doing the countdown to go live, they would either inadvertently or advertently interrupt.
It's a bit. It's
a bit just for us, because no one out there noticed. Hello, dragons. Would you like to... Okay, I guess... if you
roar!
Like, or they'll just roar hello by their own desires.
Roar.
There you go.
I need my cue line, Philip. I can't do it without my cue line.
Roar hello, dragons.
I know what the cue line is. I'm just... Everyone else has already roared hello, so now if like... I say
Hello!
roar, okay. So you could do without your cue line is what we
it's
just...
really
just
so quickly got off the rails.
Andrew gave me the cue line.
Key line or key lime?
Cue line. He's wanting to be... He wants the line that cues him. But also, additionally, he can't do it without his key lime. If you don't give him his key lime pie, this man is not saying anything. Well,
Bigger Square, 1989. There we go.
We go in the room and come back in. I think we need to change the energy.
All right. Pierce is out, so Pierce is out for the evening. I'm going to just open up box 18 of this here. Very appropriate for both the heat waves on the nation and the deserts that our characters find themselves in. Here's our winter wonderland. Today it is appropriate for this game. I get a North Star D8. Ooh, beautiful. You can't really see it up there, but it's got like sparklies inside of it. Roll number 1 is a 4, so
yeah, that's average.
You know, it's hovering average. Well, friends and neighbors, and everyone who's gathered here tonight, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in this game, which is basically our dragons, after their home was attacked by a bunch of horrible bipeds, went on many adventures, fleeing and accruing quests and debt, and other people's treasure, some of which they have to give back, some of which is theirs outright. I'm going to be really honest with you, and though there exists a comprehensive list of all the treasure you guys possess, I haven't collated it in a while. So it's there, but I need to put it together into a simple thing. The point is, due to just how irritating a certain undead, then resurrected angel folk rogue could be, our heroes found themselves stuck in one of those horrific dreadlands within the Shadow World, a place of nightmare, an inescapable mist-bound prison, formed around the desires of its central occupant, a dreadlord who is able to inspire fear throughout the place, while exercising complete power, but unable to escape themselves. This is all relevant because in their travels in this place, where they have been shifted, their forms have been changed into that of lowly dragon bipeds, our heroes have acquired a few cool objects, one of which is an amulet of the plains. That's a big deal. One of which is a sword of the Gales. That might be cool in potentially accomplishing one of their future things if they decide to do so. But they also have acquired, more recently, a ring of Wenha, which has one wish left in its magical wishing well shaped. What do you call the metal part of jewelry? There's a term for it. That's not the
clasp.
I mean, there's a term for that where it's there's a term for the metal work that isn't any jewelry, whether or not there's even jewelry there. I can't remember. The point is, that's what the ring is. And as such, it has one wish within it. Now, Lord Buku Bazan, here tonight, who will be sort of just in our minds or in any pompous things I choose to put into, in pompous words I choose to put into his mouth, Lord Buku Bazan has contacted the goddess Wenha through that ring, and helpfully she explained to him that you should not use your wish to try to escape this place. But she also told them a bunch of other stuff about the nature of dragons and the curse upon all dragons with their reality. You guys find that there are levels of dubiosity on that. I think we'll just leave that there. But learning that they couldn't use this ring to simply escape this prison, debating other options, Elon proposed a rather disruptive idea. Why not use this ring to bring to this place those horrible bipeds, have them square off against the Pharaoh in the hopes that they, upon defeating the Pharaoh, might be trapped here themselves. And when this happens, as is known of the Dreadlands by much research and things you've heard, there will be a brief period in which the mists are escapable, in which you can rush out through them. Potentially, even if you just go a little bit into the way, you might be able to use an amulet of the plains and just get out. So, with that plan in mind, the dragons decided that they needed to collect the various valuable treasure that they had left in the care of a group of Brickborn back at the Pit of Oshtar. So, having conquered said pit, having conquered the Great Pyramid of Eternal Diversion, conquered, dealt with, or the Tomb of the Gentle Breeze. There are still 2 tombs they have not ventured to, but it looks like at this point their plan is going to maybe be to not head to the Tomb of Infinity or the Pyramid of Imperial Majesty, I think it's called. Instead, they're heading back to the Pit of Oshtar to collect their stuff, make their wish, and ready themselves for an escape. Last week, our dragons continued heading through, noticing they were being followed by one of the Medjay, that green scourge. He also spoke to them in the night when Tongart was sort of trying to reconnect with his breathing and wondering sort of what kinds of stuff he could do. The vibe of that guy was a little weird. I'm trying to remember I feel like you did have like a final thought, kind of your final opinion on him, which you sort of shared with the group.
Yeah, I mean, I got the sense that he belongs to the Sands. He seemed like a very neutral presence, and that he serves whoever is the Pharaoh, but doesn't much care who that person is, as long as he gets to walk the sands.
Walk the sands and patrol the mists, which is a big part of it for him as well. And since you guys came through the mist, he's a bit interested in you. In any case, thanks to Elon having used his magic to put a good deal of sort of illusions upon your travel, you guys have not really been attracting too much of that attention that has recently been coming to you. Oh, now that Elon... Shishu, were you there when Elon... you actually might have... Were you there when Elon shook free the influence of these dark powers? You also might not have been present for that.
I don't think so.
That is probably the much more significant one.
Well, maybe I was, actually.
Because you were there when they came up with the plan to summon the people, right? Because it was that same one. Yeah. Basically, Elon has kind of... Right. Now that the dark powers are no longer kind of thinking of Elon as a possible... person to run Waystar Royco, that they're thinking that he will instead be... He doesn't need any protection. So as such, the horrors of the desert are coming your way. But you've done a great job of avoiding them, including at the end of last session, a giant made of sand appeared. And with you guys being able to sneak through, engage that green scourge, who is very irritated. That will slow the green scourge in his sort of following of you for a while upon his camel with his friendly mummies at his side. So that has led you to head on into the distance. You are now getting pretty close to the Pit of Oshtar, and thankfully you have XigXag there with her deep ability to sort of traverse these. I mean, as kind of a hunter dragon, is very good at finding your paths. So, with all of that in mind, we will read tonight's invocation. For this, our checks notes. 35? Hey guys. Session 35 tonight.
Whoa.
this session can be president. So, with that, the invocation. And all the clocks are showing 0, and all our parents must have fled, and we just never had no heroes, and all our enemies will soon be stone cold dead. XigXag.
Okay.
You have been leading the group this whole time. Let's get one last navigation roll. Also, Shishu, I will check your... Shishu, you are at max power at this point, for sure. XigXag...
luck roll.
Yes, I'll do our luck roll. So everybody please roll 4d8.
Whoa, I got triple eights.
Triple eights?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Shishu. With triple eights, you have 6 luck for today, for any future luck rolls. Elon, how'd you do?
Oh, we have.
I got a pair of 5s.
You have... I take that back. You have 4, Shishu. You have 5, not 6. I'm so wrong, and I do apologize. Tomgar,
Boo.
Boo.
4, 5, 6, 7.
4, 5, 6, 7. You have 3. XigXag, did you do your luck yet?
I have a double.
You have a double, then you also have 4 for luck for today, and
And I have
great.
navigation.
And then go ahead and do your navigation, which is 5 dice.
It's a double coinage.
Coinage, security, and comfort, which is kind of what you're, and wealth, which is what you're going to record. I will say coinage is about is about the correct thing to be rolling. That is what is driving you and motivating you. Okay, so and because Shishu did the best, Shishu, I will let you make the luck roll in this case with your 5 dice right now.
Wait, I'm rolling 5 dice?
Roll 5 dice because you get 5 for luck now. Yeah, which is cool. 5d8s.
Oh boy. Hold on.
We
Pair
have
of 4s, pair of 4s, pair of 5s, talisman and tome.
You are rolling. The answer to this is you want talisman. This is a question of you're basically rolling to see if you have anything happen to you. And since talisman is protection, we will say that the rest of the journey between XigXag's guidance and Elon's little kind of light, magical maskings that he does, his sort of I forget what we call them, your simple spells. You guys, after several more hours of travel, reach the pit of Ashtar.
I mean, I have chameleon skin, so that probably helped.
Honestly, it did help in the sense that that's one less person Elon's having to, make little, illusory gusts of sand around. So, absolutely. So, you guys come upon the pit of Ashtar. It is, you are not, if there are things you want to do before reaching it, you may, but you see it, you see it half a mile away, quarter mile away.
I'm honestly shocked that scorpions don't taste that bad. It's a weird textural. It's like a crunchy, gooey thing.
Yeah,
but
crunchy, gooey. I kind of like that.
But not unsatisfying.
Yeah, I agree.
The crunch reminds me of biped. I also get really upset
The
when
bipeds are crunchy inside, though.
Oh, right. The crunch.
mean,
It's sort of that's right. It's sort of like a deconstructed biped. It's sort of.
Yes,
if you deep fry anything, even a biped, it's crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tastes better.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I think scorpions would be good with ice cream.
Oh, like as a topping? Or as a
Yeah.
flavor? Yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah, as a topping.
Like scorpion jimmies.
Yeah. Maybe candied scorpion.
Yeah.
I'd see that. Yeah. It's worth trying. It's worth experimenting with. All right, so we're making our way back to sort of gather the remainders of our wealth from our brickborn friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose I'm going to take this mask off and
Oh.
tuck that away.
And
sort
I'm
of, I guess,
sure that Lord Buku puts the whip away.
because I think we're still trying to hide the death of their friend that they sent with us.
Well,
I'm assuming
they know that she's dead. They don't know that we robbed her body.
Yeah. So, at least until we have our possessions back from them, I would like to stay on their relatively good side. But then I guess is our plan just to sort of gather our things and hold on to them tight and
Skadoodle.
make a wish and hope for the best? Is that the plan? Or are we going to try to get back to an edge somewhere before we make this wish? Because I don't know how instantaneous.
We probably want to get
This'll
close
be.
to the mist before we do.
Okay. All right, that makes sense to me. Gather our things, trudge with all of it. Man, I really wish we had that collapsing pyramid. I just gotta tell you, carrying all this stuff across the desert it's gonna be a real burden. But I believe we can do it. I'm just saying it's probably gonna be slow going. But I'm not advocating we go for it. I'm just saying I wish we had. I no. I'm sorry. I do not wish we had the.
Rook say, "Oh, don't worry. It's been attuned to me now. So you saying that isn't worry. I'm the only one who has to worry about what I say. But I'm so careful and such a good leader that it's not something to be worried about at all. I just wish I could,
have.
Yeah.
If only.
Buku doesn't have any siblings, does he?
I cannot answer that.
He's
but
probably
I think he's an only child.
I mean, he's giving
big only child energy.
Yeah.
He could just be a middle child also.
That's possible.
Trying really hard.
You're an only or a middle.
Well, he could also be. I don't know. We'll have to dive into Buku's sort of provenance another time. But
Sounds interesting.
all right, so we'll meet. We'll check in with Eldo, I suppose, and gather our belongings and be on our way. I guess we could ask him to see if there's a prophecy about dragons using the power of Wenha to solve the problems here. Probably is. There seems to be most prophecies available for what we want. So, but I might as well give Eldo another little feather in his cap.
Tell you what, do a psychology roll. I know that's not necessarily your strength, Tongard. It's under intellect. But let's just throw one out there.
Psychology, sure. Pair of trinkets.
Pair of trinkets. You certainly with and you are not someone who's going to judge someone, but I think you do have a pretty good sense that Eldo can. If you tell Eldo the prophecy you're looking for, Eldo will come back with that prophecy.
Yeah, I know. I really am leaning more towards the idea of just giving him another feather in his cap for the.
Yeah. So he will. Yeah, if you're looking for a prophecy to back this up, Eldo's your brickborn.
Because he just sort of seemed to be a little bit like the outcast for the brickborn, and I kind of like him being right now. All right, well, let's go check in with him and see if our stuff is still there.
All right, as you guys.
Could I also just scan real quick? I just want to see if I spot our friend still trailing us. Because if I recall correctly, if I recall way back when we landed here a million years ago, this is like a very secretive settlement, right? This brickborn.
It is a harder spot to find. Yes, it's out.
And they're kind of hiding from
amidst a lot of dunes. Honestly, I should have had you guys roll endurance and stuff, but we did enough of that last week. To cross this.
Let's be honest.
Place.
Though,
you're gonna be fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
So go ahead and make a look roll to just see if you're sort of spotting anyone. I will, however, mention XigXag that aside from the odd undead here or there or beasts, you haven't really encountered much this time, and you have not smelled the green scourge behind
Okay.
Let's see. We got a full house.
you.
Artwork over trinket. 3 artwork.
3 artwork. As you sort of cast your mind about with intent, you are sort of, in your... You can see a certain... Maybe kind of having spoken to the Green Scourge, you can recognize the beauty of this sort of severe landscape. So you're looking for things that might be amiss from it. You're specifically just spotting to see if there are Brickborn, waiting on patrol.
No. I want to see if he's following us still.
The Green Scourge. If you're looking to see if the Green Scourge is followed. You look about, and... Triple, I will say that far, far away, like very far, to the point that even with your sort of sharp eyes and spotting through, and there's kind of the waves of heat rolling off the sands, you think that well outside that 1,000-foot sort of smelling range that XigXag has, and really outside of even visual range, you do think you maybe see a sort of, a small, tiny blip on the horizon, kind of directly from where you've been coming from.
Okay. I think between that distance and Elan's illusions, we should probably be fine. Not quite leading them directly to this hidden...
He probably already knows about it.
He seemed very interested in where we were going that night. I don't know that he knows about this place, because they seem to be worshippers of someone that predates the Pharaoh. And I don't think the Pharaoh would want them around. So, and not that I just feel like, they did us a favor, they did us a lot of favors, and maybe we don't just lead their destruction right to them, But I think between the fact that he's barely a blip on the horizon and you're cloaking us, I think we're probably okay to just make our way directly there.
Very good. So, XigXag, you begin. Go ahead.
Actually, sorry, just as one final thing, as we are walking, I just want to do this as we're walking, and maybe with my new concentration on my breath as we're walking, if I can just be breathing and just not using my fire breath, but just kind of blowing to kind of get rid of any tracks in the sand as we are walking.
Understood. Gotcha. You're walking sort of kind of trying to obscure tracks behind you.
Yeah.
That's
I guess maybe just I don't have a tail anymore. I was gonna say I just
don't
drag
have
my
a
tail.
It's hard to do that. I would say between sort of whatever Elon's doing and that, yes, certainly you're masking your stuff. I think you would definitely imagine that if the Green Scourge knows of the Pit of Oshtar, then he will probably sort of deduce that it is your destination. If not, he probably will. He may not sort of see it if you're masking your stuff. XigXag.
Okay.
As you approach, you smell a great many bipeds ahead of you, with that sort of strange kind of rocky, dusty scent that the Brickborn have.
We are close. Almost there. I can smell it.
And eventually, kind of just sort of emerging from the sand, this very blocky sort of sandstone Brickborn just kind of emerges, having been perched amidst a few of the rocks that the sort of ruined area is set down within. Kind of just steps up, kind of bringing up a spear, and looks at you guys and says, "You are those ones."
Yes, we are. We came back.
Oh yeah, we are us.
Okay, good. I was told to keep.
How is Eldo?
Ah, you speak of Eldo.
The wise one.
What?
The one full of prophecies. We need to ask him about a few prophecies.
Oh, Eldo is always, but oh dear. Okay. Hey, he's within. They say you have been before. I was not
We
told
have.
to escort you. I will remain on my patrol.
Carry on.
Just sink back into, like, starts pulling sand back onto his head, and he's just.
I like the idea of like a brickborn version of like a ghillie suit of sand.
It's kind of the idea, basically, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go see our friends. Lead on, XigXag.
Well, at this point, probably Lord Booker would be leading,
Oh, right, it's
since
him.
we are already
Yes,
here.
I
so
am the leader here. So yeah, he'll take you in. I'm trying to remember if we had any other named
We lost
had-
Phil.
brick.
Well, one is dead, and then we had like one other. I feel like.
There was one. There was definitely like a more whatever, but I don't know that one was ever like named. It also, guys, it is like well over half of the game has been in this domain of dread.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I am shocked at that every time.
Right. It's weird what happened when we literally were like jumping to a new plane of existence every 2 sessions.
Yeah,
and then we got locked into a place we couldn't
really-
leave.
It really shifted the paradigm. Okay. So you guys go up, and several Brickborn are sort of about. They they sort of nod to you. It is some of the Brickborn you recognize to whatever degree. You all have pretty good eyes, so I think you can distinguish and kind of you can tell the Brickborn apart. But there was one who kind of seemed to be like Chura's like main lieutenant. He was kind of a little grimmer. He'll sort of like nod to you all. But Eldo is kind of coming out with knee scroll saying, you have returned. I'm so excited. The prophecies. Remember I said the prophecy said they'd come back today. This lieutenant guy says, "You've said that every day for the past week." But I was right today.
Well, hi, Eldo.
Yes. So,
Good to see you again.
It is good to see you, for I was foretold that I would. The prophecies of Nicodemus, if you interpret.
Speaking of which, we do have a question
about
about the prophecies of Nicodemus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to undertake a plan, and it's a risky one.
Oh.
And we just thought maybe we'd see if there was anything foretold about it.
Oh.
We're just curious if there is anything about the dragon saviors using the power of Wenha
come with me to my yes, and kind of just will head into that sort of same room where he had been last, and he begins spreading out stuff. The power of Wenha, you say? Yes. That lieutenant guy follows in. I suppose I should give this guy a name. I think I might have at some point earlier, but I'm really not seeing
give
it.
him a name.
All right. We're doing this ring style.
Oh no, not that. It's not the ring.
It's great when it starts with a vowel, then you know there's at least a vowel. IJMN. So
Jim?
Jimin.
Jim. The I is silent.
Ejamin. I think I'm gonna go with Ejamin. IJAMEN. Ejamin. That's the lieutenant's name. Guys, this is how we do. This is how names that are just as good as what you'd find in any fantasy novel. Honestly, sometimes better
Yeah,
than.
that's fair.
Sometimes the ring gives you something more pronounceable.
Ejamin.
Ejamin. He is the So kind of as you guys sort of come in, Ejamin is there, and did you survived? How many of the tombs that Eldos told you of did you venture to?
2, 3.
Like 2.5.
I mean, it's really about what it feels like. So,
Did
Yeah, we
to go to that Tomb of Infinity.
that was the half. That was when we kind of made it halfway there, and then kind of got diverted. Took a diversion, as it were.
The Tomb of Eternal Diversion. And I was just, it was foretold you would go to the Tomb of Eternal Diversion, where you would be eternally diverted. Except for, I'm so sorry, the prophecy, rather, says that you would escape, which you have done. So, see, it has been foretold, Ijamin.
Yes, we have did that.
We have did that.
Well,
Yeah, we definitely have did, as you said, my friend.
You've done something, all right. But in any case, the power of Wenha, a prophecy you find. Yes, a prophecy. All right. Well, let's see what let's see what we find. Just need one more D8 and I can tell you guys. Hold on. That's a good one. Your friend gets a matching tome, which is knowledge secrecy. It's about as good as it can get for this. There is a reference to Wenha. I mean, there is a reference to Wenha. Yes. It has been foretold by Nicodemus, which it has been foretold by Nicodemus. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Wenha is the wishing goddess. Yes.
That's what I understand, yeah.
So Wenha has, then by, by Wenha, by the magic of the wishing goddess Wenha, as you say, then the Dreadlords will shift once again. It is foretold. Well, it doesn't say Dreadlords. I'm projecting that. Nicodemus never wrote about Dreadlords, but this is actually, I mean, like all of my prophecies, this one is also very much.
That does. Thank you very much. That bodes well for us then. Prior to our current dragon pharaoh here, I forget. And it's hard because there's just so much dragon iconography and obsession in here now.
Yes.
What was the previous ruler of this place's species? Were they also a dragon?
Who was the previous Dreadlord?
Oshtar.
Yeah, Oshtar. I forget what species was Oshtar.
No, Oshtar was Oshtar was not a dragon.
What was it?
Phil's trying to remember.
No, just consulting some notes.
Undead or something?
No, Oshtar.
I remember there was we dealt with eyes and undead and a bunch of stuff like that.
Oshtar was a god, but of an avatar of a god.
Oh.
What form did it take?
Oh, well.
Was it bipedal?
This is not prophecy. This is history. I have to get the other scrolls. And Elda begins looking through. Oh, right. Oh, Oshtar. Yes. Holds up an image for you of what looks like a human. And I mean, this has been a thing that has been depicted a few times, but it is effectively a human, or a human, typical biped shape. Perhaps the limbs are a little longer. Maybe it's kind of probably a little taller, a little more. Perhaps that's just this one, or maybe the whole species is. But the head is just one giant eyeball.
Oh.
All right. Okay. Well, I've just had a feeling, Elda, just keep an eye to the sort of changing tides of power here. Because I think maybe...
An eye. Oh.
Yeah.
And there is a drawing of this kind of thing with it. Huh?
That was unintentional, but I'll take the credit for it. I think the next group might be a little more tolerant of you Brickborn.
Wait, are you making a prophecy? Which one is your name?
I am one Tongart Lasso, but it's not really a
He's
prophecy. It's more just a.
He goes by Tongart the Wise, though. So.
Tongart the Wise.
Wow.
Do you spell Tongart with an ibis or just with an asp? Is it asp or asp ibis?
It's
Firing
an
up
ibis.
jokes.
It's an ibis, I believe.
Tongart.
I just think it looks pretty. I don't know if it's right or not. But in any case, thank you, Odo. We came back to collect our belongings we left with y'all.
I suppose you would. Well, unlike the Pharaoh, we don't take what is not ours. It is all here this way. And kind of, Ijamen will kind of walk you guys down like one of like these stone corridors, and there's a door at the end, and he'll unblock it, and within you basically see just an unpleasant amount of treasure to carry.
Yeah,
it is a lot, and as I kind of looked back, I don't believe you left a single magical thing here aside from the demon armor.
Yeah,
I think the demon armor was there, which you nearly pawned the demon armor off, or you nearly got rid of that. But,
yeah, it's just a lot of gold and coinage and such. It's just a lot to carry.
yeah, a lot of a lot of
If only
artwork,
we
a lot of
could
like carvings.
spend it on
There's
some-
erotic carvings of two beholders, if memory serves.
Oh yeah, we got that from the Pit of
How would
Ashtar.
we know if it's erotic?
I mean,
It's
hard to define, but you know it when you see it.
You do know it when you see it, yeah. Oh, darkness. With
all right.
I'll say go ahead and let's see if anyone would like to do an intellect calculate. Really, that would probably I can roll that on behalf of Lord Buku, who has an obscene thing on this. But if anyone would like to do that themselves, you can.
I'll give it a shot, but yeah, let's bring in
the bigger guns. Yeah.
Because that was, I believe we termed that as bupkis.
Lord Buku will count everything and tell you that it does. Because I'm sure every single one of you has had the number in your head of how much is in that hoard.
Oh, yeah.
So, Lord Buku will confirm that it is all there. It is, yeah, it's all. We would not take. We would not take treasure of. The only
of course
treasures
not.
that were true to us were those of. Two treasures, but those are lost in the pit of Ushtar.
Yeah, of course. Ishaben, we didn't. It's more of like a compulsion thing.
Oh,
You know
I
what I mean?
understand. Your I didn't think it affected the Dragonborn like you, but we understand. We know what the scales do. But we don't care for treasure like this. We care for magic, of course. But not
Right.
Of course, the only magic you left here. He points to the demon armor, which, like, as he points at it, there is just this kind of like, kind of like, there's like, you guys are you haven't been hit with it in a while, so you're like, oh right, that's creepy to have that demon armor around. But he's like, only that, but we don't want that magic here.
Yeah, no one does. Sort of a problem. Well, I'm certain we asked this to you, a while back when we set out, but like, y'all don't have like just like a wagon or a hand cart or.
No, Brickborn we carry. We can.
Or designer luggage.
I do not understand the meaning of this term.
I don't
About
know,
like,
we don't have it.
luggage made out of endangered bipeds
You,
or anything like that.
You are looking for a way to carry your belongings.
Yeah, that's correct.
Rope, cloth.
You got some dur. Yeah, you got
These
some
are-
durable cloth.
These are precious things to us. We make what we can from the desert, but... And you guys actually do recall that. Like, they didn't have that much to give you, and most of the
Maybe they
ropes
can-
you guys used down in the Pit of Oshtar, and I think some of what you brought along with you, were ropes made of eye stalks.
Yeah. Yep.
So he's kind of suggesting there is not much. I suppose. There's a nest of giant scorpions not far. You could slay one and hollow out the thorax, and have that be a sledge.
Not a bad idea.
We do this on occasion.
What an excellent idea. You are a wise man and practical. Are the scorpions, the big scorpions, good eating?
No, you're just eating little ones. These would be it. Same principle. They'll just be bigger. Yeah. And actually, if you guys go hunt one, like this will not. It will. We'll do a combat sequence for it, but the reason it will be hard will be defeating it without breaking the thorax. It will be about. It'll be a combat to collect one intact. That being said, if you look at all the stuff here, like with your packs, and like he's not saying he has nothing, you know, there's some cloth here or there. You guys might be able to just, you know, figure out something with what you have here. It would you know, take some doing, and you will all be some degree of like, we don't really have encumbrance in the traditional D&D sense, but like you're not going to be moving quickly. You're going to have to be like dumping everything off if you have to actually do a fight of any kind.
We
Right.
already dumped most of our stuff, though. We don't have any. You know, we left our gear.
Oh,
behind.
that's true. You don't have the gear you took from here.
Yeah,
Right.
correct.
So, yeah, okay, yeah. Then you don't have really any means. Yeah, you don't have a means of carrying this stuff at all.
We should
Alright,
have some
Let's
water, maybe, though.
let's
Pick up some water.
They will give you some water containers. That's fine.
yeah, let's all right, let's go get us a sled.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do this and I'm ready to get out of here. To be honest, like I just feel like it's just been every day is compounding interest, and it's
So
just
like negative compounded interest?
yeah, like of my emotions.
Oh.
And I just feel like, Elon, you're probably just worried about how, like, at any moment,
I just don't want a margin call.
well, or just at any moment, like any of your rivals could take any
I don't
idea
wanna-
you've had and just
I
like,
don't want. I'm
thread it
I
their
don't-
own
listen,
way.
listen. I don't listen. I don't listen to those intrusive
Ready.
thoughts. Okay, I want to keep it simple. All right, I don't need to thread things together,
Yeah.
and I just want to.
Even if you
You know.
and maybe it's actually a benefit that you might like limit like what people could even get from you at the present time, you know.
I just feel overwhelmed. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like it's just like why people don't need that, right? Like it's
Nobody wants all that content. If you guys are gonna go on a scorpion thing, we'll say that you rest up. Everyone, you're at full power at this point.
ooh,
XigXag.
nice.
Okay.
You can. It doesn't really take that much. You can take a couple hours here. XigXag. Why don't you roll a track, which for you is very high, so you get to roll 7 dice and change one after the fact to see if you can find this giant scorpion lair in question.
That means triple trinket.
Nice triple trinket. Ooh,
Memory.
a trinket is memory and kind of like the
Reminder.
it's all coming back to you. We'll say that this is you enter hunting mode, and XigXag without much issue. It's maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes away. You come upon an area where there is a nest of these giant scorpions, and with a triple success, you not only come to it easily, but you do spot a giant scorpion that is currently like half emerged from the sands. It is eating a carcass.
And it's an elderly one.
No, not an elderly one. It not a. It doesn't look like it's like the best fighter of its. What do you call a group of scorpions? Hold on, collective names. Group of scorpions.
It was clutch.
Sting.
Clutch
A
of
sting.
scorpion.
It will be a sting.
They are a bed or a nest.
Oh, that's
Boring.
Bad.
boring.
Oh, or a
You should
cyclone of
rebrand
scorpions.
scorpions.
Cyclone could be okay, but it really should be a sting.
Let's just do a full rebrand of scorpions.
I agree. Rebrand it. Go for it.
All right, so there is a giant scorpion here. It is currently eating what remains of like a wild camel, or maybe there had been somebody on the camel earlier. You guys can't tell from here. But if you would like to attack it, we can do a combat round of this. I don't think that there is a doubt that you can do it. The question is, can you catch this thing before it either stings one of you and like ruins your day, escapes into the sand, and without harming it? So, if everyone, as you approach this kind of thing, will say that this will include your like movement towards it. If everyone wants to tell me what their strategy will be to try to get this scorpion so that it is slain with its body largely intact.
Flambe.
Maybe you should.
It's the dragon way. I've got a big old breath. I can just burn it, and I think that would probably vulcanize the outer shell.
Yeah, mine's a little more molten, so I'm a little worried about that. I think I'll just try to tackle the tail and just try to like
cut the tail off.
immobilize it.
Shouldn't we cut it off? Is it okay to cut it off?
I don't have a weapon anymore, so I'm just gonna try to.
Oh, I have this big ass sword. Maybe I should be going for cutting that
So.
tail.
Sir, if you want to come with me, XigXag, I'll just sort of grab it and
Yeah.
try to hold it down.
We have some working together with your storm thing and my. Don't you have some storm?
You have the storm. You have you have the sword of the Gales.
Doesn't Thungard has something that works, synergizes with
No,
my
I mean,
sword?
nope.
I think it was with your breath weapon. You could use a breath weapon with a sword to like direct it, to like spin it in crazy directions.
All right.
Unless I'm just forgetting something.
Forgot my breath weapons are because we haven't used them so long.
That is
Well,
true.
we don't really have any of the special ones anymore.
No, their flames can do little different things. And 3 of you had fire anyway. Yes, Shishi.
I'm gonna do chameleon skins and just make like a little cute family of scorpions on me to make him feel comfortable and like.
Understood. Yeah, no, that's really
You're just gonna
sweet.
make it look
Sheesh.
like you're clothed in scorpions.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, just like a scorpion friend. A friend of the scorpions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then and to just to put him at ease, and he won't see it coming.
And then are you attacking or you're just doing that?
No, it sounds like they have the attacks under control.
Understood.
I'll listen. I'll always attack if like they can't. You know what I mean?
Sure. All right. Well, it seems that the opening thing here is going to be Tongart. So Tongart, I'd like you to go ahead and I guess make an unarmed combat.
Yeah.
And there goes Thungard.
I mean, I'm
Tongart
okay at
Lasso.
Nice to be nice to you. Know you.
okay. Let's go ahead and re-roll that.
Oh, okay. Spend 3 power. Just do a little re-roll of the pool. Sure.
There we go. Success to the 3rd power.
3rd degree success. Great. So Tongart, sort of like moves into position and sort of rushes forward, reaching for that just as Shishu. If you could give me a charm roll to be just the friendliest group of scorpions on a body you've ever been. I will mention that this is hard. Your plan here is Plan here is a difficult one.
Failed.
Okay. So basically, Shishu, you sort of move forward and are like, look, I'm covered in scorpions, and this scorpion sort of all it sees is like a thing to attack, so it sort of starts moving towards you. But Tongart does manage to like hold it in place while holding this tail. Just trying to keep the tail there so it can't rush Shishu. It is now sort of immobilized, looking in one direction. Shishu, you are no longer comforting it, but you are sort of distracting it. At which point XigXag is going to run in and try to basically sever the tail or take the tail out, is my understanding.
Yeah.
So XigXag, go ahead and make an attack roll, physicality, I guess... Yeah, I think it's physicality, melee weapon.
Okay.
So four dice for you.
Okay, does this special sword add anything to that?
The main thing that the sword does is if this were a situation that were harder, it would get rid of some penalties you'd already have because that has a good damage ratio, or a damage rating, that is. But at this present, it's like there's just one of these things you're sneaking up on it.
I have a double tome.
Double tome. Okay, so you are able to basically between Tongart sort of being there, you start hacking and you are kind of like hitting some of the hard armor of this scorpion with your sword. There's just gusts of sand blowing up. Tongart, you're holding on and kind of trying to keep it low, and the tail is you have not severed the tail, but the tail is not, it's not going anywhere, and the tail is not hitting either of you as you're sort of hacking into it. And the thing is freaking out and being pretty angry. So Elon, it kind of is now coming down to you. You are going to try to roast this creature.
Take a deep breath.
So go ahead and just a breath roll for you. And you have a pretty preposterous damage rating for this, which again doesn't really apply to this so much because it's actually, I will take that back. For you to roast this in a way that does not destroy it is a pretty precision thing, so that ordinarily would be raising the difficulty or in this case would be giving you some penalties, but those are automatically canceled out because of your high damage rating.
Well, and I'll also say this. I have let's see what I have.
Yeah, you get to roll 7 dice and change 1 after the fact to anything you want.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm trying to do 1 second, let me just see what I have. Okay. So I've got a pair of 8s, a 777, and a pair of 4s.
Interesting.
Wow.
So I'm trying to do a few different things here.
Please.
Kill it, preserve it, and look cool.
Which are you giving to each of those tasks?
So I'm trying to kill it with my pair of weapons.
Your weapons
I'm
is
trying
simply to bring it to kill it, okay?
Correct. I'm trying to preserve it with my 4s, which is protection, talisman. And then I'm trying to look cool with my pair of trophies, victory, accomplishment, competition.
This seems, I would say that makes some sense. Roll 1 more die. And XigXag and Tongart, you can also roll 1 more die for me. We're gonna.
That's quadruple 4.
Quadruple 4. So the preservation is perfect. Okay, great.
I roll just 1 die. What do I do?
Just 1 die. You're just gonna add it to whichever. Like it just add it onto your previous roll because I forgot. Buku would have been giving you the plan of attack for this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
A question: do we still have our formations, or do those disappear?
I mean, I don't. It's
we're not really
such a
dragons
different
right now.
system.
It doesn't really.
We didn't have them once we came here. We lost those.
It's such a different system, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, not, sort of, not really. Is kind of the answer.
We can't really fly.
And we
in
were
formation.
practicing them so much.
I know. We'll just say you do, but they don't have a mechanical benefit.
Ah.
All right.
I like to think of it as just increase in teamwork.
Did that increase either of your attacks? Okay, cool. I'm going to have Buku also do an attack here just because Lord Buku does get a +1 bonus whenever he's attacking stuff that's larger than him, because of his small shenanigans.
That's pretty much everything.
Yeah, which is kind of pretty much everything. And he can even buy some extra ones for only 1 power, and I just might do that because basically, Elon, you have preserved this thing perfectly. What you have not done is killed it. And what XigXag and Tongard have done is they're immobilizing it, they're keeping it in place, but it just the roasting. You're being so careful to like do it. You're getting it. You look awesome. You've badly injured it, and you haven't harmed the thing. So this is going to basically just be a, this is just going to be Lord Buku just trying to if Lord Buku can just do a little damage to it, then you guys.
You turned around too fast to walk away from the explosion, Elon, before you finished the job.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll keep it the way it is. That's fine.
And Lord Buku is able to, after having kind of given you guys the plan of attack, runs in with, he had like a little knife, right, or a lighter sword. He does, like, as you're sort of roasting it and it's like flailing, he does just very quickly get in and stab kind of into the head and back up.
That's some real Beowulf fighting the dragon situation. It's like Beowulf does all his work, fights this guy. Friend comes in, stabs in the gut, real quick.
Classic Buku.
And probably unbearable about it.
And upon doing that, Lord Buku sort of backs up and then kind of like gets away from your fire, even though you guys are all pretty fine with fire. And sure enough, Elon, it is still, but the shell of it is perfectly intact. It is not only the shell, but in fact, the claws are also intact. And even the tail, XigXag, you've cut into it, but you haven't severed it. So, like, theoretically, a skilled naturalist. That actually means a nudist, doesn't it? A skilled a person skilled with like nature and like crafting things would be able to make. Yeah, you could make a sled out of the big body, survivalist, but you might even be able to like make packs out of those claws. You could make some packs out of the claws, and maybe you could drag the thorax by, like, keep some of the tail intact and all that stuff. So,
could we like detach the poison bit of the tail and just keep it for whatever nefarious reasons?
If you'd like to keep some scorpion venom, you certainly have it. XigXag, that would go to you, and I would have that be. Let me look at your specific. Man, you have a plus. XigXag has a +4 to the natural world. So, XigXag, go ahead and do.
It's almost like brain removal. You just go to the other end.
I really think it is. Yeah. So go ahead and I'll even let you throw that on investigate. XigXag, roll 10 dice.
Right. 6, 8, 10.
And then as XigXag is sort of doing this of the actual taking it apart, does anybody have a high score in Compose Create under your green will column? Because that would sort of be
5.
I got a 5.
5. Now you guys can probably.
Well, I have double talisman and triple gemstone.
Triple gemstone, harmony,
brilliance,
yeah, absolutely. So basically, XigXag
and obsession.
You do a good job. You wrangle this thing. XigXag pretty easily removes the organs, the sort of more useless things inside, keeping the sort of as Elon did, the now vulcanized exteriors, kind of the shell outside that have been sort of hardened by the carbon scoring of Elon's considerable breath. Is able to carve that out. Elon or Tongar, do you guys want to split this? Maybe one of you handles the claws, the other handles the body, or vice versa, or just one of you want to handle basically Compose Create is going to be like the crafting role here.
Sure. I think we're better as a team. You want to do the claws or the body?
I'll do the claws.
That's where I figured that. All right.
Okay. Pair of 8s.
Nice.
Triple 4.
Triple 4. So you did
Perfect.
The body, Tongar?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
I did the weapons. Nice.
You've
Pair of
kind
weapons.
of made these claws into. You've sort of cleaned them out. You've you've done something to attach the pincer part to it still on there. But largely, these can just serve as very durable, very hard, and basically these are packs. But if you wanted to, you could stab. It's like a pack that's got like a sharp edge on it if you wanted to mess somebody up. Yes, Tongard.
I'm only asking because we haven't really eaten much during the last several days.
It's been beautifully cooked by Elon. Yeah.
Is it like a lobster claw? You just like
Absolutely.
sort of
You could just pull the meat
crack
out.
it?
And just
Yeah, we're
eat
gonna
some roast.
we're gonna chow down on that because it's
Yeah.
been days.
I probably
Hold on,
ordered
hold on, before everybody
like,
eats. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I know what you
go
said.
ahead.
I think I know what you're gonna say. Do it.
Don't eat yet. I have to draw this for my follow. I have to draw what it looks like so my followers can see it.
I'm like,
The sketchbook eats
Okay.
first. Ah.
the
Amazing.
scorpion juices,
Yeah.
dribbling.
You
down
want
my
me to
cheek.
like hold it up for like
No,
size
you
reference?
ruin the mise en scène. Just she wants
Put
to
it-
draw from above.
Yeah, put it back. I want to get it. You're blocking the light. Step
She
over.
does, it's just do what she says.
I think that the light
it'll
comes
be-
from every direction here, but
it'll
okay.
it'll be easier. Just listen to what she says.
Trust me. And Shishu orchestrates a whole fucking thing. Like to the point where if we weren't in the desert, the scorpion would get cold.
It's a good thing about
I know someone who went to Palm Springs for their birthday, and they spent an hour and 15 minutes posing people outside for the perfect picture so that the birthday meal that one of the people had cooked for her went cold inside.
Mm-hmm.
So this is reminding me of that.
Wow.
So like that, but more obnoxious. That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
So imagine the bad version of that.
Yeah. Even worse.
All right. So
Okay.
at the end of this, you guys eat, get some great shots. You now have two claw packs, which are basically just like very reinforced, inflexible backpacks that people can carry, and you have
Like
a
clamshell backpack.
like big clamshell backpacks. You could you've affixed maybe they have the spikes sticking out the top, and you pull open one claw and like you got a hinge on it. You can dump stuff in and close back up. You also have this sled which you can sort of drag across the sand. It won't be the easiest
Buku
thing
is good
that
at
you
that.
can sort of
No.
you can sort of pull it.
Buku's good at that.
Did you keep or reaffix the tail to that Tonka?
Yeah, I would have maybe like if we were removing the stinger, maybe I could like kind of loop it, so you kind of can like stand inside the tail and like.
Oh, you loop that you walk
Yeah.
with the tail around you. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. And
You
Shishu
have
and I
a-
are probably the most vital of the group. I'm happy to sort of pull this thing along for most of it.
Yeah.
I'm also the slowest anyway because I'm also wearing a full suit of armor. So
Yeah, that might make you not the right call for this, but yeah, we can make some rolls and see. In any case, you guys are able to then return to the pit, to the sort of the little settlement near the entry to the pit. You can then load all of your stuff into this. The sledge will fit. I mean, it'll be like piled up in kind of a ostentatious way, but you can pretty much get all of that in there or into these new packs as well. And the packs have plenty of room for more stuff.
all right then.
Oh,
Um,
it has been. I did foretell that you would slay a scorpion. It was what Nicodemus did. Everyone heard me
just
say
can it, man. Just can
Fisherman
it.
said, you heard us making the plan for them. Yes, but it was foretold it would succeed. Did you think it would succeed? Did I think that these who ventured into the pit of Oshtar and emerged unharmed and adventured to more pyramids, did I think they could take out a giant scorpion? Yes, that's why I suggested they go kill a scorpion and get. Oh my God, what happened? It has been foretold.
Like I'm just happy that you both had faith in us. You know that means a lot.
Do you have faith in the hawk that it can kill the sparrow? It's not faith. It's just obvious. Whatever.
I'm gonna walk over to that guy and just like put my hand on his rugged cheek and just be like, I'm really sorry for what we brought you. Just, I get it.
Yes, well, so it goes.
Mm.
You're going to be on your way now.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we have some supplies for the desert for you. Not too much, but we can share a few days' rations and water. You got a nod.
Great, thank you.
Rickborn will bring over.
We appreciate it. Yeah,
are
that's
you
great.
guys just
great.
you've loaded up that sledge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They'll put some water, kind of like nestle it among coins and erotic sculpture.
Well,
and
is there some
sideboards.
tarp or something that we can put over it so that it's safer?
They don't really have much cloth, like they've already given you
Or
several
just
backpacks that you lost.
Some
so
ropes or something that.
if you guys want to go back to like the gates of the, you could grab some of your eye stalk ropes and use those on that's fine. But they're not offering you a ton more like gear because you already took a bunch of their gear, and
I feel bad. We should have left them something.
I mean, we could at least give them one of the relics, one of the artifacts back that we looted off of the body.
What about the erotic whatnots?
I mean, realistically, hold on. Here's the thing about that erotic artwork, or about all of this artwork, and I think the role playing of this, there's no word.
I don't
Artwork is worth the statue of two beholders mating is worth 518 platinum.
Yeah.
So there's no way in hell
no,
you guys are going to offer that.
No. Also, they don't care about wealth; they care about magic. Unless we want to give up on. I mean.
Well, let's just go then.
You know what? Let's just go, and if we change our minds, we can send back a messenger or whatever. Let's just go.
All right. Well, with that, my friends, you have all of your stuff. Tongard or Shishu can hook yourselves into this. And so what is your plan? You're at the Pit of Oshtar, which is, on the outskirts of the world. The very first mist you entered through, this was the kind of first place you came upon.
I think would be a good idea to leave the same way we came, right?
Yeah, we'd want to get close to the edge of the mist.
Mm-hmm.
So that if it's a limited window, we'll be able to take advantage of it.
All right.
You wouldn't want to seat with your back to the restaurant.
Exactly. Gotta see the door. All right, then, XigXag, would you please give me one more tracking roll? Sometimes it's nice for you to just be like, let me just do this one thing that I am really good at. So XigXag, it's 7 dice with 1 change after the fact. So you try to track your way back to where you came.
That is, let's see, what do I like more? Coinage or weapon?
Always a question.
Security or power? You have any input on that?
I can see the benefits to both here. I think it would be whichever you guys think makes more sense.
I'll go with coinage. Triple coinage.
Triple coinage. Makes sense. There might have been a more just absolutely more like direct going up path, but you're being somewhat cautious as you travel. XigXag, why don't you give me the luck roll on this, please?
Oh, roll 4?
Do you roll 4?
I got double. What is it? Trinket.
You know what? Memory is probably a good one on this, since you're trying to do this from your memory. So yes, I will say that you do not have any random encounters as you get sort of closer to those mists, those kind of purple, kind of metallic smelling mists that you now see. You come within a mile, half mile, quarter mile of them before you sort of are staying here on the dunes. and now you've reached a spot where to go through them. You know, you can get as close as you want, although like if you get like within, you know, like 10, 20 feet of them, like you'll be coughing a fair bit. They're very thick and kind of noxious.
And this is when Buku needs to do his wishing.
I suppose that's true. I mean, yeah, if you guys are, I think we can
Well-
authorize Buku to do that if that is the.
Well, I think, in my opinion, we are attempting to do something that one amongst us is a particular expert at. So I think the words should come from Milan, since we are attempting to disrupt the order here.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
And Buku can make the wish, but as scripted by Milan, I think.
I don't know what Buku would say to that.
Oh, he would hate it.
Well,
But-
obviously,
Yeah, well, no.
I'm very happy for Elon to take a pass at what I might say. Yes, of course, that's perfectly fine. Elon can definitely. I'd love to see your draft. That would be great.
Buku, my brother's a wordsmith.
Of course, yes, that's why I, as leader, agree with Tangart's suggestion.
Yeah.
Elon put together some notes for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do that. Anyone have some suggestions for what we would say?
Yeah, I mean,
one thing
don't
that
choke.
one thing that Lord Buku will mention, I think he mentioned already, and he rolled very high on this like detect vibe. So I think read person or whatever it was. He has a very strong sense that Wenha, unlike other wish people, she's not trying to like trip you up.
Oh yeah.
So like
Oh, gee.
she will accept the
Yeah.
gist of what you're saying. It's not you don't
Oh, gee.
get like screwed on the technicality of this, that, or whatever. It's more
Right.
The other thing he will remind you though is that like when this is done, the Pharaoh will probably know that it has been done because of that observation.
Well, it could be worded in a way that he doesn't actually know. So
if there,
you
yes,
know.
that is kind of if there's a way to frame it so that if there's a way, like the ideal thing would be phrase it in such a way that they go straight to the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh doesn't have time to like realize what's going on and like get away from them and come punish you guys or something. That's the idea.
Here's what I would suggest. I would suggest something that like something along the lines of that this realm, that the Pharaoh be greeted with the same visitors or the same, I don't know, something. Like something vague, but not so vague. That Wyrmloth had. Yeah, the Pharaoh would be
same
immediately
intruders.
visited.
by the same intruders.
Well, I think visitors
Intruders
is a good
intruder-
or bipeds.
intruders is-
Yes.
Yeah.
May
Ooh,
he be
bipeds.
visited by the same bipeds, by the same mighty bipeds who visited Wyrmloth.
Necessity that caused us to go on this journey. So it shouldn't be confused with any other Bible.
Who spurred us on our journey, yes.
Whose appearance yeah.
Yes.
Who kill our parents?
Oh well, we don't need to. I
Maybe
feel like
don't.
we don't want to like.
Don't
Yeah, we
include
don't want
that.
to tip our hat
I
so
think-
much.
Wenha will understand. Having
Who
spoken to this
killed
goddess,
some
leader to
parents?
leader, I think that Wenha will understand who we're talking about here.
Who killed some parents? Yeah.
Who killed some parents?
No.
All right.
How
That's
about
a
this?
lot of people.
What? Okay. Now I'm okay. So okay, I'm just spitballing here. Just going like just okay. Just hear me out. Okay. So, the same bipeds. What was the name of that massive worm? The one that came up in the middle.
Oh, your professor.
Was that the massive one?
Your professor transformed into an ancient
Yes.
size for the very last
Yes.
thing. Gerfoir, I think was his name.
Garfoir, yeah.
That sounds
I would say, perhaps we say something along the lines of, may the pharaoh, be immediately visited by the same bipeds that had a very special relationship with Guerfoir at the end of his life. Or something like that. I kind of want to make it seem like it's like not necessarily a bad thing. Or we just say like,
Visited our realm and sent us on this journey.
maybe we're making this too complicated.
Don't make
I
it too
think
vague.
simple and specific, Elon.
I also, I can't quite remember if Gerfoir fought all of them or just some of them came and killed Gerfoir. That might not get all of them here.
Yeah, we want all
yeah,
of
we
them.
want all of them.
Yes.
Should say you
Every
and your
last one.
friends. Everyone who killed Gerfoir and your friends, and
So we don't want to use that. We don't want to use that word.
We don't
Yeah,
want to
we
say
don't-
use
killed.
the K word.
We want to. We could. I mean, even unalive is a little bit. It's a little bit. I mean,
okay,
people pretty much-
unalive Gerfoir, and we
Well,
don't mind.
I mean, we
We're not
want.
upset.
Oh,
I don't feel anything.
and we're
about
totally cool with that. It's not a big deal. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
that kind of makes it feel like it's a big deal, though.
Wouldn't it just be like it doesn't matter if it's just those specific people, right? Just that we want everyone, right? They came with a whole invasion force, right?
Did
So
they?
couldn't we just they descended with from the sky with ships.
Oh.
So why don't we just have
All
that
of
invasion
those-
force invade here?
They seem like a lot.
Yeah, that's that.
All
yeah,
of those.
yeah,
We
yes,
want all
Shishu.
of them.
They are.
All right. So the same visitors that spurned us on our journey, we
All of them.
immediately visit
The Pharaoh
the pharaoh
in person, right there.
in
face to face.
person.
You're gonna really like
Be
to unalive
transported.
the Pharaoh.
Give a delightful surprise to the pharaoh.
Oh.
Hey, do you like easy kills? Come visit the Pharaoh.
Yeah, I feel like that's like, and we want it to happen now. We want it to be them, ideally with
them.
their force. I mean, I guess like we make it seem like it's a surprise party.
Rolling with his 10 Arcana. I think I'll have Lord Buku make one other little just note on power levels, specifically what Tongard is saying. Lord Buku has a suspicion that, you know, the wish is... Lord Buku will, of course, talk about how ludicrously powerful he is. No problem. But he has a suspicion that bringing, like, one powerful being here, like a wish could do that, because all 5 of you are making a wish together, maybe bringing 5 powerful beings, that's doable. But bringing an army, that is potentially outside of what a single wish could do.
All right, then let's go with
Seems
that.
like a kind of lame wish. I mean,
Leader
honestly,
stuff.
it's not. It's gonna be some limits
Yeah.
on it.
She Wenhao's wishes are... her wishes
It's
are
a
not the
minor
wish
wish.
spell. It's a different...
I see.
a minor
I see.
wish.
Oh, so it's a minor. I see. Okay, so this is classic example of Buku kind of overselling what it can. Okay, that's fine. I get it. Yeah. No, we'll just have to spin it. You know, we'll just have to.
You have to really jazz up the captions. Just make it, really sell it. That's
Yeah. No, that's great. I think that let's have the same the visitors that have teleport them into
Why don't we just call them like the Wyrmloth invaders?
I think
Invaders-
invaders is not a term.
yeah.
The mighty bipeds who
Yeah.
visited Wyrmloth and spurred
Yes.
us on our journey.
Right. Sorry.
That's pretty good.
I forget
Mighty
it, Wenhao
bipeds who
stance and
spurred us.
everything.
Yeah, that's pretty ambiguous. Like if I didn't know,
Well, it's
I
not
would
Wenha,
think-
it's that the Pharaoh will hear this.
yeah.
The Pharaoh will hear the wish, so we don't wish for him to know immediately.
I mean, he'll know.
I mean,
Understood.
he'll know, but if we say invaders, he might start flying too fast.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. Okay.
I think that's pretty good. Mighty
Yes.
bipeds
Yeah.
who visited Wyrmloth and spurned us on our journey, immediately transported directly to the Pharaoh.
Well,
I concur.
I would literally say maybe I could commune with Wenha once more, but the Pharaoh will overhear that, so perhaps we should.
Just
So,
wish.
are we ready to hugely devalue this ring by
Yes.
Yeah.
casting this? Don't really want to do it because it's going to.
No,
be
it's hey,
its
hey.
value.
Do
Remember,
it.
no, remember. This is what we're talking about. No, so you're thinking about this in the wrong way. This is classic old money approach. Okay, so old gold approach is okay. Once we use this wish, it's devalued. Well, we're using this as leverage, right? We're leveraging our ring in order to then refill it at a later date. Much more valuable. So it's not a loss, it's an opportunity.
Old money thing.
Old gold.
Well,
Yeah.
very well. So, any other claims, words, terms? I mean, it is, as I said,
No,
it is
no, just do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's just do it.
Let's-
Wait. Are we close to the edge? We
Yes.
need to be close
Yes,
to
we
the
are.
edge.
You have
We
made
are
it
close
your
to it.
maybe
Okay.
like
Um,
how far? Like 50 feet from the mist.
Yeah.
Okay.
No more than 50 feet.
Tonga.
They're like these really good like hot buns from this one place in Wyrmloth. They could come with those. That would be great.
No, we're not
Oh,
gonna see him.
stop it.
The
I'm just
whole
kidding.
Stop
point.
it.
I'm just
Oh,
messing
boy.
around. I'm just messing around. I'm just
Tiger,
messing
you
around.
got me good, buddy. You got me good, buddy. And he like he slaps your back just a little bit too hard.
Mm, mm. All right, let's kick
No,
some
so
tires and light some
get
fires.
ready, like, pulling this thing. So
Yeah, you're like Shishu's
the
like
strongest.
strapped into the scorpion body, ready to run through. Yeah, okay. So Lord Buku will sort of touch the ring, sort of activate it. You guys can see a little bit of like glimmering magic upon it. Make one roll real quick.
Oh, I don't like that. We don't need to roll. We don't need to roll anything.
No,
I just rolled
No
3
rolls.
4s. That's awesome. XigXag. It is at this moment, as Lord Buku opens his mouth to begin to speak, you smell at the edge of your scent
Mhm.
a biped and a beast and 2 undead, familiar.
I don't tell anybody. I don't care.
Understood.
Let's do this.
A biped and a beast and
It's the green guy again.
It's the green
Oh,
guy.
the fucking green guy. The fucking green guy.
It definitely starts on feet away. So this is right about. It's just let's do this. No more
Not telling
distractions.
what to get to happen. Lord Buku then makes a wish. I wish that the Pharaoh be immediately visited by the same mighty bipeds who came to Wyrmloth, whose appearance spurred us on our journey. You see a little, like sparkle, Kirby's Dream Fountain looking thing on the wish as if something goes. My dear friends, I need each of you. Now, this is complicated how we're doing this. I'm going to need all of you to make a luck roll, and you're going to need to report all of your numbers because this, my friends, is a group luck roll. One containing all of your dice.
Okay.
And you, as a group, may choose what your,
To do
your
after-
single
oh.
success is from it.
We're gonna.
Is the luck roll that you can re-roll or do all those other things with?
You can, I
That's
suppose,
okay.
you could spend power to re-roll your luck roll, but I don't.
Yeah.
Do not report your numbers until you've done that. I think. Wait, is that not fair? Or should I let you spend your numbers? Maybe I should let you. Maybe I should let you report your numbers and make your decisions.
I feel like I think we should just spend. I think we should spend it after.
I'm going to roll for Lord Dooku as well, rather.
Yeah.
Are we all rolling?
So everyone go ahead and roll, and just have your numbers. You're going to report them all in a moment to each other and to the group.
Oh, you know what we should do before we do this? Shit. I already rolled.
Sorry, I do the same.
What, you all should have spent a little stuff to all guarantee one of the same number across all of them? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it goes.
That would have been really smart.
Can we? Oh, wait, hold on.
Has everyone rolled?
I
Yes.
rolled, but I
Alright.
want to roll probably.
All right, so
Or
I said we're going to let you report them, and then you can make your decisions.
okay.
I suppose that's the most charitable way. That means
Okay.
you probably are going to be able to do this then if you're willing to spend. Shishu, what are your numbers?
3 3s. 1 6.
3336. Elon.
No. 3 3s, 1 6. The number 1 and the number 6.
33361. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
13336 if I'm doing it in order.
Yes. Sorry, I should have
No.
gone.
You're good. Yeah. Elon.
3488. We got 4 3s now.
Nice. Tongard.
I did already spend 5 power, so that to change one of them. So I have 3 6s.
Ah. Okay.
I rolled 2 6s and a 5, and I already spent 5 power to change one after the fact.
Understood. You could have
So we
waited.
got-
Well, yeah, it's fine. XigXag.
1, 4, 6, 7.
Did you have a 6, Sheesh?
Yes.
So that's
How many
5
6s do we have?
That's 5 6s without Buku. Because you
All
didn't
right.
have a 6, right, Alon?
I didn't roll. I did not have a 6. No. But I'm happy. Actually, yeah, I'll re-roll.
Well, Lord Buku will give you 4, 4, 7, and 8. And 8, 2 8s. Sorry, Lord Buku had 5.
Oh. So we have 4 8s.
You have 4 8s, 4 3s,
5.
and 5 6s. Tarngard has already spent his to change, so he cannot alter his unless he were to spend 6 to re-roll the 5.
Should I re-roll? I mean, are we gonna go with 6s? Memory, or do we want to go with 8s? Power, strength, combat.
How much we have of
Range.
what?
At present, you have 4 3s in Gemstone. Obsession. You have 5 6s. Trinket.
Trinket.
And then you have 4 8s of weapon.
I feel like we should maybe. I was gonna just say stick with the 6s, but I feel like we should go with the 8s. Right? Like weapon.
Can I spend any power to re-roll?
Well,
Mhm.
I
5,
mean,
6, and 1?
it depends. It depends on the point of view, right? Because like, power, strength, combat, rage. That's them, right? That's the bipeds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for us,
Memory.
reminder,
Reminder.
contentment. That feels
And
more about
Desiderium,
I
us.
guess the
that
question
what
is
we
what-
desire is to be out of here.
Well, Desiderium
Yeah.
mean yeah.
No one knows what does.
I was wondering what Desiderium meant. I don't
Desiderium
know.
Only-
means like thought. It's one of like the alternate deadly sins basically, and Desiderium
Oh.
means kind of like
It's like
like
Hamlet.
yeah,
What?
like self involvement and kind of like just being so like obsessed with sort of smaller like looking inward so much.
I
Like,
don't. I
dictionary
don't really know.
says,
Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Dictionary says something that is needed or wanted.
So you're so like and you're obsessed with like what it, I mean you're obsessed with loss. You're obsessed with like
Well, we are obsessed of getting out of here.
Well, I guess the question is like, what is this really? Do we have any knowledge, like any sense, Philip, of what this role is for?
This is a role about basically. It's kind of what I had been saying earlier in sort of basically we are seeing how much you're able to kick up the wish, how much extra juice is getting put into this wish. At its baseline, you're not going to bring all 5 of them, but with a good number of successes on top, you can bring all 5. With absurd successes, you'd also bring like some lieutenants and other people too.
I kind of feel like
Memory then is good because we remember these bastards, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. I can re-roll it. It's giving weapon. It's giving
power. Yeah,
power,
is
strength,
rage,
combat,
yes.
rage.
Yeah,
Like
they
that's
have
sort
a
of what we
good
want to
point there.
unleash with this wish, right? For us, it's like true, but like we are going like if you look at the intent of the wish itself, it's not us leaving. It's us bringing
Yes.
a horrible fury in. But
you have a good point.
I guess
Fair
it's
point.
just it's just a matter. I mean, I'm happy to re-roll. I'll spend a bunch of stuff to try to re-roll a couple of mine. Does anyone have no 8s?
Well, I only have
I
three.
I have
didn't
no
have
8.
8s, but
I'm happy to re-roll.
I'm happy to spend to just guarantee a 8.
Are we spending power?
If you spend 5 power, you can determine what that
Oh,
one
I'm happy
dies.
to do that.
Technically, Tongart could do that as well because you can spend power. You can still
I
spend 5
was-
power to do a
I just was
different number.
basically going
Yeah.
to say whatever we decided to do, I would spend 15 power and just change all my dice to that.
Well, no, you can't
Yeah.
change. You can only
You can
spend
only do it with
5
one.
power to do any specific number.
Here's
You've
what I
already
would
done it to
suggest.
6.
And you can spend it once.
So you can't.
that's
Yeah,
it.
you could change one of the 6s to a different thing, but you can't change multiple dice to the same number.
Okay, so
May
I'll
I
change
suggest-
my 1 to
Wait,
an 8.
wait! Before you do it,
Yeah.
may I suggest that if any of us have no 8s, a very efficient. I mean, Dad was always obsessed with efficiency. I'd like to think I picked something up. It may be a more efficient use of our power to just re-roll the entire pool of 4 to see if we pick up any extra 8s, and then change them to 8s because we
Yes,
could
that is a
potentially
good
get
idea,
many more 8s that way.
That's fair.
The people
Right,
who
so
have
Do any of us not have 8s?
Shishu, Tongart, and XigXag have no 8s.
Oh,
Okay, right. I'm spending the 3 to reroll,
So that's
right?
what is our current total right now?
You currently have
4
4
8s.
8s.
both
4 8s.
I and
Lord
this is
Buka
so
Bazan.
classic too. Both I and
Okay.
little boy got a pair of 8s.
All right. Okay.
So we're spending
Um,
3 power to re-roll our luck dice, all of them.
Hold on, hang on. Can I also use 2 powers to add 1 more dice to the pool?
You can do that ahead of time. The one thing you can't do now is set one. Because you're
Okay,
like
never mind.
if you're already in the roll, you can't set any. But if you want to add
Okay.
extras, you can add extras by spending.
I
two.
got a pair of 8s.
Oh wow.
On a reroll, you got a pair of 8s.
Yes.
Alright, so you spent 3 and
So
got,
I can add an extra for the reroll,
yes, you can spend
not.
2 to add an extra to your reroll.
and spending 3. So that's spending 5.
So you're spending 5 total to roll 5 dice. Shishu, what are your new
And
numbers?
I
I got
have 0.
3, 5, 7, 8, 8.
Nice. Alright, so now you guys are at 6 8s. XigXag, you rerolled and got no 8s.
I got 3, 4, 6, 6, 7.
Alright. Elon?
I'm gonna spend 5 power to change one of my.
Change your
I'll
3,
change. I'll change my. I'll change my.
Everyone watching out there, yeah, a lot of numbers right now. Don't you worry about it.
I'll change my 3 to an 8. Yeah.
3 to
So,
an 8. All right.
um,
Tongard, how'd you do on your? Did you reroll the
Uh,
whole thing?
I rerolled the whole thing and I spent 1 to add a bonus to it. I did roll 1 8, but I'm trying to wrap my head around this
Yes.
5. So I can spend 5 power to change 1. It says multiple uses are allowed on a single roll.
But
Oh, right. Sorry, I keep looking at horde dice and thinking dragon die.
No.
That's what's going on.
What
to
it
me.
means is you can change every die you have after the fact. You just can't change any two to the same thing, because then you're guaranteeing yourself, the idea is that you can only set one. So you haven't set anything to 8 yet, so you can definitely spend 5 and set it to 8 and have 2 here.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll change one
Can I
of them too.
reroll again?
Yes, you could spend 3 more and reroll, and because you already spent the 2, you get to reroll off 5. So now XigXag is down 8.
Oh, Jesus. It's
Anything?
2, 2, 5, 6, 7.
I think if everyone is spending some power, I feel comfortable setting Lord Buku down by 5, and he will give himself a third 8 as well.
I will spend 5 more power
Okay?
to re-roll, but hold on to the 2 8s.
Totally.
So just to re-roll the other 2.
Okay. You're probably at, limited power at this point, right?
I'm gonna be at 17 after this.
Okay, good.
I'm willing to spend another 5 to just get one.
Set 1 8 on there?
guaranteed
Okay.
8. Yeah.
I'll stop now.
Okay,
No
so
additional 8s.
none were additional 8s. Okay. So this gives us a total of 2 from Shishu, 3 from Elon, 2 from Tongart, 1 from XigXag, 3 from Buku. Does that sound correct to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah.
I'm sure.
11, my friends.
That's a nice number.
It is. Now, obviously, you need much higher numbers when it is a group thing, because what did you guys just roll? Like 30 dice or so, to get, all told, you guys rolled a huge number of dice. But your ring goes out. This wish kind of goes out, and you guys, to some degree, were all gathered together. Even though this was a wish made by one person, all of you were putting your energy into it. That's what this sort of shared luck represents. And the power that you all just put in really is just your intention for just because 8
We're
ultimately,
manifesting.
many different things. A 6 also would have made a ton of sense for this, but 8 makes a lot of sense. The other one that would have made a lot of sense, you guys just didn't roll it high, would vindictiveness, obviously. The 7 would have been a good motivator, but 8 is great because what do you want? You want a fight. You want these people to come here and fight. So an 11th degree success at this. The good news for you is upon doing this, you feel a powerful gust through the mist. You feel just this wave, and that horrible stench of that kind of copper-smelling, sickly, sweet purple mist kind of washes across you all. I would say make endurance rolls, but honestly, you guys can just all cough it and have your eyes water and be fine. But as you glance up, as you're sort of kind of trying to clear your eyes as you look up, you do see streaking out of the mist this kind of column of energy or mist itself, just kind of shooting across the sand in the direction of that golden city to which you've never ventured, but you did see once through a gap in these mists when you very first crossed the Dreadlands. You may all make a look roll, but because of the mist in your eyes and the stuff going, everyone has 1 penalty on the look roll.
That means 1 short of a die.
Yeah.
It does. So just lose 1 die from your normal amount.
Wait, where's look again?
It's under your vitality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think for almost all of you this will be 4 or 5 dice.
Oh, for me it's 6.
Hey, there you go. Yours are look 7. Holy Lord. And did anybody here have a 3rd degree success or higher? I don't even need to know the specifics.
Only second.
No.
You had some seconds?
Only a
Okay.
second.
Seconds. Double
With-
seconds.
With 2nd degree successes on this, you're not exactly sort of certain as you're sort of looking up at this mist and your eyes watering looking across, but you can see that there are, amidst this mist, 5 very strong, distinct sort of forms in the column around it.
Boy.
And there are others around it as well, ones that are kind of maybe less potent looking in whatever kind of metaphysical pull is happening. You don't know the exact number without a third degree, but you are confident that you have pulled those 5 individuals you sought. Wenha's magic has brought your wish to life. A dark wish to trap people in a dreadland, but she's, a wish is a wish. They are coming and they are bringing some people. You don't think it is necessarily an army, but you have perhaps cut the head off the snake and maybe some of the baby snakes, maybe some regional governor snakes, as it were. You don't know the exact number, you don't know precisely what has happened, but they shoot elsewhere from the mist. The mist that swirl around you, they're enervating. You guys might even just instinctively take a few more steps away from the mist, kind of hauling the stuff away from it because it's intense. But you are confident that you have succeeded. Elon,
I'm like, go.
Lord Buku kind of shoulders slump as he feels the magic go out, and this ring is no longer quite so valuable as it had been with its wish inside of it.
Throws up.
I'm leading the group through the mist.
Well, we don't. We have to wait.
XigXag, if
We
you
have to
enter
wait.
the mist, could you please?
Oh no! Okay, never
Or they
mind.
hold
That's
you
what
back. Yeah, they could. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Never mind.
We'll say
Not
XigXag
yet.
starts to
Not
go,
yet.
and
I
you're just
lost
like,
my-
not yet, not yet.
Not yet. Wait.
But I'm keeping my eye on the mist and my nose too.
You do, however, at this point, sort of a figure approaches very quietly. What have you just done? The green scourge is behind you. The 2 mummies behind him.
Change
Hopefully
of
bought a
directors.
ticket home.
Yeah, change of directors.
Yeah, change of management.
Mm-hmm.
Same shit. Different boss.
He kind of gives you this look back. And as we pause there, we will now cut to, I know you guys don't have these handy, but if you
gonna
could just
fight.
change your names to Iga Orkbane, Leanna Thorns, Tali Urgot, and Xanther Bottlebrush.
Oh, amazing!
What do you think?
And in a couple of
next
weeks,
session
in
we're gonna
2
be fighting.
weeks, we will all be, you're all going to be grabbing your 20th level characters.
Oh, this is amazing.
Awesome.
Um,
I hope
Oh.
we do this.
This makes it so much worth any misgivings I had as a dragon.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yes, you guys can. You don't have to change your names here immediately because we
I'm doing
will.
it right now.
I
I
don't.
don't
already
remember
did.
my name. That's the problem.
Your name was Liana Thorns.
What was my little
Leanna.
gnome?
Your
my little
name
gnome's
was
name?
Xanther Bottlebrush. I know that you guys don't remember these characters, so I will just sort of describe.
I remember Ego.
I remember her very well.
Meanwhile, sort of what happens here is in this golden city, there is this sudden misty sort of asteroid just impacts, and suddenly standing there in various states of confusion and all sorts of things, there is a halfling divination wizard wearing a robe of the Archmagi. His name is Xanther Bottlebrush. I believe he was a very kind of scholarly type character. Is that correct?
I think he was really, really nice.
There is a Kalishtar cleric of life who has an obsidian amulet.
Indeed.
He interestingly has a camel named Nandor. It was said as
She.
well. She has a camel named Nandor.
Right.
Yes.
Did Nander come with? Yes.
Real
definitely.
quick, make a luck roll. You could just use your other luck. Use your.
Use
I
my
mean, that was
other
a
luck?
huge success. We saw that they had an entourage.
You know what? Had an entourage. Yes, there is a camel. So actually, that Tali, she's in good shape because she does have a good means of travel here.
Oh, that's right.
There is another. There's 2 halflings in this group. Man, a lot of halflings hate dragons. There is a halfling rogue.
Rogue's the
a
worst.
mastermind wearing very nice clothing as Leanna Thorns came from a rich noble family until dragons came and roasted her entire. It was called the Charred Wedding.
Oh my god.
But she and her mother weren't there because she had chickenpox. And then there is, of course, there is also another. I like how we have another barbarian. And as always a barbarian, no matter what. Iga Orkbane,
Yeah.
a human with the ancestral guardian.
Well, didn't we all like basically become the class that we had been? Because I
guess
was
you
a
all
cleric.
did actually stick with your original class. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty
Chris-
much.
You and she, whatever you have, I don't know what is on this sheet, but it looks like you have an artifact.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm seeing how we rolled a bunch of
You did a thing.
Oh,
where I
that's
just kept
right.
saying, can I have this? Can I have that? And you're like, sure.
You
sure. And I
have
was
an
like,
you have an
wow.
you have an axe that is you have an artifact level axe, so that's great.
Hell yeah.
Wow, she has so much
Do I still
stuff.
have this character sheet?
You do, yes. It's all you've all emailed them to me. I will in the next 2 weeks. I'll get these all back
Yeah.
to you.
Okay,
You
great.
also do see Jed's character is there, a ranger. He's a rabbit.
Oh, that's right.
And his name is
That's
I think he had
right.
a French. I think he had a French accent. Oh man.
And so basically, he's just like
There it is.
looks
Iga 20.
around. You guys sort of notice. I'll tell you what. Let's see. Here's Xanther Bottle Brush, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got it here. You sent it to me on October 3rd of 2021.
I found it.
Xanther,
yeah,
you
it's
have a
flat.
plus 11 in Arcana. Would you grab a D20 to make a quick Arcana roll for me as we switch back over to
Absolutely.
5e?
Oh
I
my
have
gosh, this is like a
on, I'll
warm
find mine.
bath
Yeah.
here.
I have Axe of the Dwarvish Lord.
Yeah, that's what you have. Axe of the Dwarvish Lords. That's what Iga is sporting here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a 10. It's a 10, but wait, hold on.
You have
I
plus
think-
11.
Right. And also, what does the third eye do? What is
I don't
that?
know what the third eye does. Hold on. Oh no, that's a divination thing.
Oh yeah. Read any language you see invisibility. Okay, yeah. 21.
A 21. I think that you look around, you see purple like mist overhead, and kind of you see like a bunch of dragonborn around you. Xanther, you also notice that you guys have like a decent retinue around you. It's not huge. Basically, each of you has like 2 followers, which, to be honest, it's not going to be. That's going to be more politically advantageous, I think. We're not going to factor them in so much into your thing, but you each have like a major lieutenant, and then like another sort of like just like random type, mid-range guard or
A
commando
lover.
or specialist is around. So you guys, you've all been you basically have with your 11. What has drawn through is the 5 of you, 5 decent people, and then 5 other people who count as like 1 basically, because you've got 11 successes. You get the idea. So as you sort of look around, Xanther, looking at who's here, what's happened, seeing the dragon imagery around you, you know that you understand the nature of the place you are in. You are in a dreadland. Someone has pulled you into one of those. You also know the rules. You can't simply wish you guys out of here. You're gonna have to kill some kind of dreadlord.
I'm looking forward to it.
I want you guys to know I have winged boots.
I also have an ebony fly, a figurine of wondrous power ebony fly. So we have a lot of ways to get around.
I have carpet of flying.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, when you guys separately built your
Yeah.
characters, nobody skimped on means of flight.
Yeah. So
I feel like I also, as a level 20 divination wizard, I feel like maybe I would also suspect this, or like, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I haven't.
But I'm a
Um,
mastermind with extremely high perception,
Mm-hmm.
passive perception.
So
You are past projection 29. I see it. Yeah.
I feel like we're winding down. Are we gonna for the session? Are we gonna?
Nobody has their character. Or I guess you guys are finding your character sheets. We are basically gonna end this so that you can like prepare. We'll be ending here. But yeah, go ahead, Tali.
Amazing.
I'm just having a realization, friends.
I don't want. I don't like the way that you said that.
No, don't say it. Oh no.
We have effectively just arrived in the Dreadlands again and are taking over new characters that now have to make their way through the Dreadlands to deal with the Pharaoh.
Yet another list of quests to do.
We just did this for like a year and a half, and we're just going to do it again now.
No,
we're well more equipped to do it.
Here's the thing.
I just imagine now that Philip is going to let our dragons go, and now we're just trapped in the Dreadlands still. We're just trapped in this domain that we don't get to leave. We just are not these characters that are going to be stuck here forever.
I think I appreciate that sentiment. I think that now that we're not dragons, I think you're going to be very surprised at how quickly we get things done.
Right. No, but one of us gets to be stuck here forever.
It's clearly no one needs to know that.
Right. All I'm saying is,
hey, how about that person is Buku? He
well,
would be perfect.
Let's just finish up for a moment. How about let's continue. So as you sort of look around, you see you have your various retainers. You see this is a city made of solid gold. It seems to be sort of desert-like. There were deserts like this even in Wyrmloth and in many of your home plains. In the distance, you see there are a great number of dragonborn who seem to be occupying this city. Xanther, you are well aware that you guys have been pulled, and like that purple mist swirling up. This is Arcana 101. You understand what has just happened, though the fact that it pulled you means some very powerful magic did this, that you had no chance to prevent it, that you had no chance to sort of stop it.
Xanther, do you know what brought us here?
Well, something really powerful, I think. But I think we're gonna we're gonna figure it out. Is that what I think? And I think someone's gonna be hurting real bad. That's because nobody takes Xanther Bottle Brush out of the bath. That's a saying I have.
I guess, you guys might be in various states of like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have heard you say that many times.
There are any dragons involved. I'm going to disembowel all of them.
There are a couple.
I should have taken a bath before I got here. I didn't know.
You smell great. You smell really good. I mean, it's very pungent, and it's like.
But you smell like you. This is what I expect you to smell like.
One of your, we'll say Vanda, one of your lieutenant, to be determined later, sort of will just sort of kind of whisper, Liana, they're approaching, and a couple of dragonborn are sort of walking up to you and saying, by the grace of the Pharaoh, welcome to the Gilded City.
Take us to your leader.
Oh.
Now.
Oh, but. Oh.
What kind of place is this? Who's the boss?
Well, this is the realm of the Great Pharaoh. But is at this moment, there's kind of like there's a brief kind of period for you guys, because you are very powerful beings. But I actually need. Would any of you I don't think any of you would. As you guys are sort of standing here looking around, you notice your various attendants beginning to as they begin to like kind of like spasm in pain. And all four of you are feeling a similar pain in your bodies.
Is this some sort of... Can I determine if this is some sort of disease or some sort of environmental thing that's affecting us since we just...
It seems to be a magical thing. So Xanther, of course, you have advantage against like spells and saving throws, but this is something that doesn't have a saving throw. This is a pretty advantaged thing. And we'll say, let's see, as we look at the four of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna say Xanther. It happens to you first, Xanther. As you're saying, like you're feeling this like unease, and you're seeing your various people sort of fall. And Xanther, you look at your hand, at your halfling hand, and your fingernails begin to grow.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And maybe your fingers even start fusing together slightly. And as you look at your hand, that's when you start to see the scales forming.
Well, this is a fate. Where's the death?
Look.
Bloody hell.
And as all of you kind of begin to go through this transformation, there's no real save against this because this is like this is the rules of this place. As you are transformed into these like into dragonborn versions of yourself, kind of not certain what that might mean or entail, but knowing that you are taking on the aspect of the things that you hate the most. Each of you hears your own voice in your head, just saying what you already feel, which is that you hate dragons. You hate dragons so much.
Ega's saying it out loud as she's thinking it.
Each of you in your own way. This focus on you, suddenly it's like something like speaking from you in your voice, you know, only saying what you feel, but as you all feel your bodies changing, scales painfully, your shapes contorted, you're feeling your faces break as sort of partial dragon snouts come, your teeth sharpening. It's this horrible transformative feeling. And each of you, in your mind, simply feels, I hate dragons.
I hate dragons.
hate dragons. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Oh, great. So,
Amazing.
are they gonna go back to E5 with this? Or is it gonna be the D8?
It'll be, we'll do 5th edition. Yeah. This will be using those character sheets you made back then.
One
Amazing.
5-hour-long combat. Everyone strap in.
Yeah, it's gonna be some combat here. Well, we'll see how it goes. Because they did change you guys to Dragonborn, which is the...
Yeah, I know.
Gross.
Does that change our stats and things?
And,
or-
and now
I'm
we're just
not
going to work
going
in
to have it,
servitude of the Pharaoh.
It's more for that little part of it.
Yeah. So that's
Now,
going to be
the
fun.
difference, though, some of you may have means of countering that. Some of you may have immunity to charm through objects or stat features or things like that. But, you know, well, you didn't think it was going to be easy, did you? You know, for
Kinda.
a second there, I
Yeah,
kind of did.
kinda.
I think
Kinda,
I spent,
yeah.
I think I just spent
I mean, we
2
just-
years getting
just
to
spent-
this point.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
and-
call that
and
easy, Philip.
Just use the legendary thing to do this thing.
Use a legendary item to use a god's power to cast the most powerful spell in the existence.
I have no doubt that this team is going to kill this Pharaoh Dragon. That is not in question. The question is, how many can the Pharaoh Dragon kill? See, ultimately, this will work. The dragons are in a great shape here. You guys rolled so much luck, you're great. The question is, for these characters whom I already feel you all super associating and identifying with, just instinctively, it's how many of them will die and how many will be stuck behind here. Yeah.
This character sheet, for 3 years now, has just sat in my D&D Beyond. So whenever I play any of my non-stream games and go to look up my character sheet, I see Tally sitting there.
Yeah, well,
I had
Every
it all
week.
printed out with it every little
Every
thing.
week.
Tally's time to shine. Or die.
It's gonna be, well, I don't know, it's
stuff.
hard to kill her. It's gonna be hard to kill anyone while she's around, so we'll see that.
That's good. Yeah. And as long as Philip doesn't do anything crazy, like use epic level characters to fight you guys, it'll be fine. So, with that in mind, thank you guys so much for watching tonight's game.
Oh my
God. It's
god.
gonna be real fun. I appreciate you guys being here very much. This was great. We're gonna have in 2 weeks. Here be dragons. There will be dragons here, but it's honestly it hasn't changed. It's just the party playing Dragonborns. We'll have some fun as we shift focus to some other folks for a week, for a session or 2. We'll see how long it takes.
Probably
we
a couple
have-
of months.
We have some other games on this channel you guys might enjoy. You should go to our Discord to sort of where we post about what we're doing there. We have a wiki We have a YouTube. We have all sorts of things. It's crazy and cool. So tomorrow night we are back with Third Time's the Charm. That is our sitcom summer game. It will be nothing but hijinks. Hijinks guaranteed. You might find out a little bit more about.
I don't like hijinks.
If you want to know about National Net Connect and the Reverend Gary Tarmac, you might find out a little bit more.
Ooh, I'm very excited for tomorrow.
In addition, there's no game midweek this time, but on Friday, episode 104 of Blood from a Stone. This is a multiple of 13. This is going to be our checking back in with the Soldier of Fortune and Hattie. So this is just me and Liv to see how things are going in the land of Ignador, and it's going to be great. So check that out. And then we'll be back 1 week from tonight with Mystic Starport, where nothing notable is going on there either. But then 2 weeks from tonight, we are back with this craziness. So we'll see how things fare once these powerful warriors head in, and it's so fun because you guys will be playing as them, and I know you'll play as them. But on some level, your other characters are like, every single one of you die right now. Just all of you die, because honestly, if the dragon does just kill all of them and you guys don't kill the Pharaoh Dragon, well, the Wyrmloth's saved.
Time to go to the Tomb of Infinity then, I think is next up.
Okay, so that didn't work. Let's bring our scorpion sled to the Tomb of Infinity.
Oh boy, just another 3 years, guys. Just another 3 years.
If we were to die, and then we were to go pick up the stuff from our bodies, we might then just have enough power.
That's not
as dragons.
Hoard it up, exactly.
We might be, if we hoard our dead bodies' belongings.
We'll farm
ourselves.
Here.
We would be so powerful.
It's wonderful. So that's what we have going on this channel. What do you guys have going on your channels and lives and ways of managing and behaving yourselves?
Thank you, Pierce. Yes. So we're back this week. Doing lunch break games every day at 12 Pacific. We play for an hour. We're doing a little bit of this very interesting sort of pixel sort of witness style puzzle game called Taiji or Taiju. I don't remember what it's called. And then we're also doing some Diablo. So yeah, tune in. It's really fun. I'll rate your lunch. Speaking of food,
Eat Happy Kitchen Sauces, which is my pasta sauce line, is now on the shelves at Pavilions and Gelson's in SoCal. Please go pick up a jar when you go grocery shopping at either Pavilions or Gelson's. I would so much appreciate it. And I will I'll live stream next week. But I'll announce it. I'm doing an Amazon Live thing next week, but I can't remember the date or the time. Just follow me on Instagram.
Do you have pesto? Is there a pesto in there or no?
There is a pesto in my first cookbook, but not on the line of products.
I see. Okay.
The pumpkin marinara is fantastic though. I highly recommend
Thank you so much. We'll be doing a big launch for that come Labor Day.
When tis the season.
Tis the pumpkin spice season. Pierce?
Oh, sure. So Sunday mornings I read Animorph books, and I did it this morning as well. So if you would like to deal with what I should just start calling like existential child soldiers, and Pierce tries not to cry, because we almost made it through. We almost made it through into the last page of this book when a 12-year-old kid was debating whether or not his mother, who is an enemy general now in the opposing army invasion, if the base that they had blown up, if she had survived or died, and he was coming back to the refrain line of the beginning of, is he deciding if his life was a tragedy or a comedy? And does he get to decide that she died again and he can now actually grieve her and move on? Or if he's going to be a prisoner of hope?
Oh.
Wow.
That was the last 2 paragraphs of this book, and I broke down crying in front of a Galanorian saber who did show up to watch the very last 2 chapters of this book.
Amazing.
Animorph books seem so weird. I remember my brother reading them. I think I read a couple of them.
They're fantastic, but they're very dark. And then he decides that she's alive because he says he remembers that she taught him that the world was funny. And that if you find the humor and stuff, you could survive. So that he can still save her. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's where I start, like, last two paragraphs of the book. That's where I started crying.
True. It's okay. I cried today when I saw the preview for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So.
I'm dead inside.
You think?
Well,
think
we're just depressed. I'm just depressed.
I think there's
in our pre-chat on Friday, someone in our game, I don't want to say who, but she goes, she's at the Rose Explodes, but I won't say who it is, but it's not Dan or Liv or Zane. She was just asking me like, when's the last time I cried, and I didn't know.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because I think her last time was like earlier that day.
Measured in hours. It's measured in hours.
So anyway, I guess I need to find emotions so that I may let them out. Yes, Vanda.
No.
On a brighter note, there's a season 2 of After Party coming out.
Very excited.
July 12th on Apple TV.
Very excited.
Great.
Excellent.
It's gonna be fun. I really liked the first season of that a lot. Well, guys, thank you so much. This was delightful. I'm glad that the wish was made. I'm glad that the wish was made so well. A lot of powers expended. It's not like the Green Scourge is going to attack you guys right now or anything, so you'll be fine.
Can you see this tarot card?
Is it
Now
the,
we can.
Is it the?
I just picked a tarot card in reference to this game, and I picked the Four of Swords, and that is a resting and respite card, which is what our characters are going to be doing while the other characters are doing stuff. I thought that was very fitting.
Very fitting.
Very good.
And then
I like the image in my mind is going to be that we're all like standing very tense, staring at the mist.
Yeah.
And then like so much time is going to go by that we're eventually going to be like,
Are we ready? Is it now?
we'll just like be sitting on the carapace,
now?
like just waiting.
Oh God, we'll get it done with. Yeah.
I mean,
You can see that.
I feel like it should have happened
I
by
can
now.
really see it, like the picture.
Yeah, sheesh. It's kind of like when Dad was gonna pick us up from school, and remember how we waited until the next day.
Yeah.
How come your
He
dad
made us
would?
wait a real long time.
oh my
I mean,
Didn't you
Because he
guys have
forgot, but-
servants for that?
They
Come
were
on.
all off. It was a holiday. It was a weird thing. That's why I remember.
yeah.
Mm.
He was.
And you were at
he was
school on a
not-
holiday, it's all wrong.
He wasn't in Wyrmloth apparently, but I think he was. I
Well,
don't
he
know.
took. I mean, he took. Yeah, no, he flew over. You know, he took the private wing.
They said he was with another dragon, but I don't think that's. He wouldn't do that.
He was with his other
A
family.
bomb.
I like the idea that maybe their father doesn't exist. Maybe it's like it's like a full like well, on that note, everybody, thank you so much for watching. We will see you in 2 weeks to watch the exploits of some dragon hunters as they square off against a very, very powerful pharaoh who's already turned them into dragonborn. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Until
All right.
next time, roar like your lives depend on it. Good night, everybody.
Okay.